What is up, everybody, and welcome back once again to the Don't Shoot Disc Golf podcast. I am your host, Harry Messenger, and thank you to everyone who's joined us tonight for the show. Coming to you live from my studio here in South Manchester, and as my tie fades away, I would love to give a massive shout out to my sponsors. Thanks to London Disc Golf Community for sponsoring the YouTube stream and for running a wonderful tournament last weekend. And also a huge shout out to Disc Golf UK. Check out discgolfuk.uk for all your disc needs and all your Castoplast needs, which is kind of the theme of tonight's show, guys, because I have a very special guest with me that I'm very excited about. And I know a lot of people here are waiting to hear from him, so I'll bring him in right now. He needs to unmute on Zoom, and here is Mr. Anders Källström. Anders, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me here.
It's wonderful to have you on my podcast. I've been very excited to have you. I want to apologize for pestering you to come on for months and months, but thank you for agreeing.
Yeah, thank you.
So welcome to the show. This is the Don't Shoot Disc Golf podcast. We're the UK's original disc golf podcast, and yeah, we got some other ones now. It's great to see the community growing. But no one cares about that tonight. We want to hear about Castoplast and hear about you, Anders. But first, we have to talk about something very exciting. This is the first announcement. This is the official announcement that coming soon to the UK is going to be the Berg-only event, which I've been talking about for a long time now. I know that we've been laughing about it on the podcast. It's actually happening, and we've got these discs fresh off the presses from Sweden. Hopefully, you guys can see that upside down. In fact, there you go. So. Take a look at that fine Berg. You've got your K3, and you've got your K1 soft, I believe, or K1, one of the two, in between maybe. But yeah, Berg only officially happening in the UK this year. It's going to be run by Don't Shoot and by Disc Golf UK. I'm very excited to officially announce it. The stamp, of course, the joke coming from Baraberg sounding like Battenberg. Baraberg being Berg only in Swedish and inspired by the events over there. So more information coming very, very soon. We'll have a date for you. We'll have a sign up for you. Just finalizing the details in the next few weeks. So yeah, only way to get your hands on these limited edition Castoplast Berg only discs is to play in the event. So come and hang out. That's my advertising done. No, it's not, because Disc Golf UK are doing a special code for this weekend only. If you want to try Castoplast, and you never have, and you want to get yourself one of the Don't Shoot Castoplast starter sets that are on Disc Golf UK, you need to use the coupon code Try Castoplast at checkout, and you get 15% off. Try Castoplast, all one word, for 15% off the Don't Shoot starter sets. You'll find them by searching Castoplast starter set or Don't Shoot starter set. And if you've already tried Castoplast and you love it, and you want more Castoplast like me, use the code Tried It Loved It, all one word. That's Tried It Loved It, and you get 10% off all Castoplast. So go use the codes and support Disc Golf UK and support Castoplast, because that's what we're all here to do. So Anders, well, as we said before, thank you for joining. And why don't you begin by telling us the very first time you threw a frisbee, if you can remember?
Well, I guess it was in the late 80s or early 90s. My big brother took me to a course where he played with his school there.
Okay.
So he took me to Källström in Stockholm, and we were hooked.
For sure, yeah. I think for a lot of us, all it takes is that seeing that disc fly for the first time, and you can't wait to do it more.
Yeah.
So for you, it turned into a lot more. It turned into your full-time gig, I believe. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the story of Anders and indeed your whole family getting into disc sports?
Well, yeah, we started my big brother first, and then me, and a little bit later even the little guy Marcus, and we just started to compete in '93,
Sure.
We were going almost everywhere that we could at that time. It wasn't so much tournaments as it is now, but we tried to play as many as we could.
For sure, for sure. And was that mostly just in your region of Sweden, or was that traveling all over, or even internationally?
The first international was in '95, I believe, to Helsinki.
Cool. And when did you start getting good? When would you say you were competing for the win?
I think I had my prime was maybe somewhere around 2000 and up to like 2005 or something.
Cool.
Those were my best days.
And
so far,
of course, many good days to come. And would you say you had a signature win in a tournament or anything, or was that not really your focus?
Sorry, if
you had a big win.
Yeah, I won one. I believe it was. I don't know if it was a Euro Tour or it was the famous event in Suomenlinna outside of Helsinki, the Seppo Nieminen blah blah blah.
Sure.
Event.
Very good. So yeah, so you must have got pretty good then to win an event like that.
Yeah, I was tied with Timo Pursiu and Jussi Meresmaa into the last hole.
Wow, and those are names that many of us will know.
Yep.
For sure. So you mentioned your brothers briefly. Did your brothers get good as well, or were you the best of the brothers?
No, I wasn't. I was second, maybe.
Sure.
Of course, my little brother was the best. He's probably one of the best in Europe so far.
Wow.
He's the best European finish in the worlds. He's been second 2 times.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's cool. And he's still 1,000 rated now, right? I believe so.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Not sure.
I know he was under 1,000 for a while at least.
Sure. So you were competing, and your brothers were playing, and you're traveling. And what comes next? You said that was 2005. What happened next in your frisbee sports story?
Well, I was competing a little bit more even until like 2010 or something. After that, hasn't been too much, but in 2016, I think I had my best win.
Sure.
So far.
And that was doubles, right?
Yeah, it was doubles with my brother, and it was very surprisingly because the day before the tournament I couldn't even walk.
Oh no.
So I know that Marcus asked me, because I said I can't throw anything, and he just come back to me and said, "But you can putt."
Sure.
So then it felt good that we didn't have any high expectations. So we just enjoyed and played well.
Very good. And you took the win.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, good job for that, and congrats. So that was in 2016. And so when did you first think up Castoplast? What was the story behind that?
I'm one of the owners of discsport.se.
Yes.
And when Jonas started Castaplast, we helped him with distribution from our warehouse.
Cool.
So that's how we came in contact with Jonas. And one thing led to another, and 1 year later, we were partners in that.
Fantastic.
So, and we've been now for a little bit more than 7 years.
Very good. So, so when you first met Jonas, that was 2014 or 2013?
2013.
Okay, and Discsport was mostly just a retailer of discs from other brands?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so you and Jonas started to work together and do international distribution, or just inside of Sweden?
No, international distribution to all the retailers in the US and UK, and or I don't know if there were any in UK
Not that long
time.
ago, no.
But the ones that were, all discs were at Discsport, so we shipped everything from there.
Cool. Sure. No, that's good. That's good.
And we still do.
Yeah. So maybe people would be interested to hear a little bit more about the relationship between Discsport and Castoplast.
Yeah, it's me and Per are owners of both, and Jonas is the founder of Castaplast, but he has no part in Discsport. So
okay,
and we try to keep them separated.
Sure. And would you say that Discsport is still Castoplast's largest retail partner?
Yes.
Cool. So to all you US guys staying up till 2 a.m. or 5 a.m. or whenever you're waking up for the releases, you are in the right place then.
Yeah. So far, when Discsport has all the discs in house, it's easy to put them online for them.
That makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense. That's good.
The delivery time from warehouse to online store is just a few seconds.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and that's really good for being able to keep things in sync.
Yeah.
So, talking more about you personally, would you say that do you work full time for Discsport? Do you work full time for Castoplast? How do you split your time, or do you have any other jobs?
Yes, I have some other things, but I think I work full time for Castoplast and do some other stuff on the side.
Sure.
You can say, yeah.
That makes sense. And yeah, so 2020, crazy growth. Castoplast, I would say 2020 became much more dominant in the US. Like I would have to. You'll have the numbers more than me, but I would guess your US market share rose drastically in 2020. What were your sort of? How was that for you? What was the experience of the crazy growth we saw in 2020?
Yeah, but we've been struggling with inventory for like 3 years now. Couldn't keep up with the demand for like 3 years now. But finally, since summer last year, we added a new factory, which have helped us a lot to come closer to that.
So you now split your manufacturing across 2 factories or 3?
2 factories.
Okay, because I remember previously, maybe 2019, there was a new factory as well.
Yes, but that was because the first one was shut down.
Oh, okay.
It was the same owner.
It makes sense.
Since we moved from that factory, we have been struggling with inventory.
Sure. And then now you have 2 factories and you can start to catch up.
Yeah, we can at least try.
Yes, for sure. I think
Because the demand is rising all the time, so
yes,
it's hard to keep up.
Much larger disc manufacturers than Castoplast are also struggling with inventory, so it's not not limited to just you.
Yeah. But I think we take some kind of market share, at least.
Yeah, I would think so. I think following the social media as heavily as I do online and working to grow the UK community, I see the massive growth, and it's really good to see that sort of the new generation of players embrace the newer manufacturers as sort of standard, which is really nice to see, because I think historically a lot of people think Innova and Discmania and Discraft, and that's it. Everybody else, just new people, we don't need them. Whereas all of these new players who started this year and last year, the newer manufacturers are also old manufacturers because they're there when they arrive. So so they see you as equals, which is or superior, in fact, which is good. I think that's good for the game.
It is. So
definitely. So yeah, speaking of Castoplast, we should probably talk about the first run phenomenon, as I like to call it. Do you remember who had the idea to make the mint green first runs?
As I remember it, it was my idea. Because we thought we wanted to do something special with the first runs that the other manufacturers didn't do. We just didn't want to stamp a disc first run to tell it's a first run. We would like the players to know if it's a first run by see the color of the disc.
Yeah, and it's a really smart idea, and people love it, right?
Yeah, we also saved one plate.
Sorry?
We also saved one plate. We didn't have to do a plate for the first run discs.
Okay.
To stamp the discs.
Sure. That makes sense. Yeah, you can make it a different color, and then you just need to use the same stamp. That makes sense.
Yeah. So it took some time to see that people really understood it, and when they did, all of them just wanted to share what they know.
For sure.
So it was sense. It helped to see. It helped people to know that it was a special disc.
Agreed.
The first one.
And people still want that, right? In all this time in the future, everyone is obsessed with the first run Castoplast. You can see mine here. Did you ever think it would be as crazy as it is now?
No.
No.
No, we didn't think that way. We just wanted to have one color for the first runs, and sure. And do it in just a kind of small amount of discs. But choosing the color was a hard part to see, because of course we didn't want to take white as one color, because that's a popular color that people want to have in their bag.
Sure.
So that would have been a bad move to take that color away. So we just took a color that we thought people wouldn't choose.
That makes sense. And it makes it quite unique.
Yeah.
We have a question from Nathan Palmer in the chat. Hello, everyone in chat, by the way. I'm seeing your comments, and thanks for the support. Nathan asked, what is the genesis and translation of the name Castoplast?
What does it mean?
So what does Castoplast mean in Swedish or to you?
Just the name means throw plastic.
And do you know where that came from?
Just because when you just if you just want to go out and play in a casual way, you can say to your friends, like, should we just go out and Castaplast?
There you go. I love it. So it's very literal.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. It's cool. So yeah, we'll talk more about Castoplast in a few minutes, guys. I know some people in the chat are waiting for some spoilers that were teased earlier. But first, we have a segment we always do every week that we have to cover very quickly. I know this is the UK Disc Golf News. I know this will be not for everyone, so we'll keep it to 5 minutes this week. But every week, we recap a little bit about the goings-on in the UK. So the first thing we saw this week was the continual influx of sponsors for the Women's League. We've got the Women's Global event coming up in 2 or 3 weeks, and we are going to have a special podcast episode to preview that. But yeah, we've got brands and companies across the world coming towards the UK to sponsor our first ever Women's Global event, and it's really good to see. So congrats to Nottingham Disc Golf on running that event and getting so much sponsors and interest and international coverage and mentions. We've had lots of people supporting, so that's fantastic. Are you running a Women's Global event in your area?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
No, I don't think so. No. I don't know, actually.
Hopefully there will be, because it's fantastic. It's great to see so many more women start to play disc golf. Yeah,
but is it the event that is held that same weekend at many places?
Yes, across the whole world.
Yeah.
I think it's in...
Then I guess we have some in Sweden as well.
Yeah, no, I would expect. I would expect so, which would be good. Other things in the UK Disc Golf News, there was a tournament last weekend in London called the Wembley Open. It's a one-day event, and it was very well attended. It sold out. It was rescheduled from last year, in fact. And I went, and so did a lot of other players in the UK. And I don't actually have the screen share stuff set up, so I can't show the PDGA results as usual, but I did not play particularly well, which was unfortunate. I played very bad, in fact, and I averaged about 40 points lower than my rating, which is not good when you're trying to raise it. But congrats to all the winners. It was really great to see. It was fantastic to get to watch some people actually who knew what they were doing. And Connor Mchale, a name very familiar to my community because he's won pretty much every event this year so far. He's a newer player to the sport, but he comes from Ultimate, so he knows how to throw. And he's been doing great work. And his first round of 10.23 rated was enough to take the win despite a less good second round. So shout out to him. Well done to Adam Keane for winning the recreational division, and Dennis Jones for winning the novice division on a playoff. And well done to Neve, I believe is how you pronounce her name, for winning the women's division. So congrats to all the players. Great to see another 72-man field, and looking forward to more tournaments. What are the rules like in your part of the world right now, Anders? Can tournaments go ahead?
I believe you can have smaller tournaments, but I'm not updated on tournaments because I'm in a non-tournament mode.
Okay. Well, in that case, I think it's just about time to stop talking about tournaments. Then we shall go back to talking about other things. What would you like to talk about next? I'll let you choose.
Are we going to talk about some new things that are coming?
I think people would enjoy that.
Yes, and we've tried some new plastics.
Wow.
And we have no date set yet, since we want to be able to produce the discs we have at the moment and the ones that are coming. So
okay,
we will probably start with a stiffer K3 plastic in a few months.
Wow.
We will probably start with the Berg.
Okay. And I know a lot of people will want to know, will the stiffer K3 plastic come to Reiko as well?
We haven't tried it in Reiko yet, but I'm pretty confident that it will work in Reiko as well. So I think it will come.
That will make a lot of people very happy.
Yeah, I've heard some rumors that people ask for it.
Sure. And so that's exciting news for people. So yeah, like a K3 hard would be a good way of describing it.
Yeah, actually that's the name.
There you go. K1 soft, K3 hard. There you go.
Yeah. So that's actually one part, because when we changed from K2 to K1 soft, it was actually already planned to have a K3 hard at that time.
Sure. Okay.
But since we moved to another or took a new factory, we had to keep up doing what we had to do first. But we had tried it, I think, more than 1 year ago.
Wow. Okay. So so that's very exciting. And you said plastics. Have you tried anything else?
No, but there will be also. Actually, for the ones that are playing, I don't remember the name of the term, doll heart something in Texas. They will get some K1 soft Svea in their play package, I think.
Wow. Okay. So a tournament in Texas, is this sponsored by Castoplast?
I don't know if I don't think we sponsored, but we helped them with the player package.
Cool. And they're going to get K1 soft Sve. So
yeah.
Very good.
So that was the discs we tried yesterday. And I saw that Kieman posted a photo when we tried that disc. And it worked. It was just a little bit slightly more understable than the Svea.
Okay.
In K1.
Very nice. So really good for shaping those wooded lines. If anybody hasn't tried a Svea yet, it's a really nice understable mid-range. You can throw it gently and it goes very far. So it's very useful for like wooded courses, or for a kind of shot that you might sometimes throw a putter, but you don't want to throw it as high as you might need to throw a putter. Those are the things I mostly use my my Svea for.
Yeah, but if you throw it too hard, it would not go as far as if you throw it soft.
Sure. Agreed. Yes. And for people who have bad technique or lots of torque in their wobbly discs, they think the Svea is bad, but actually they are bad. So so there you go.
Yeah, it's always the player, not the discs.
Yeah. I find it very funny when people say, oh, the discs are so inconsistent. Whereas no, the discs are fine.
Yeah, the same disc is very inconsistent.
So here's a tangentially related topic. So similar topic. Have you experienced or seen the Falk getting more stable after you throw it lots?
No, but I've heard it. For
Sure.
me, Falk is too understable, so I don't use that.
Right.
Yeah.
So something that a lot of people find is when we use Falk a lot, to start with, it's very understable, and then it gets less unstable as it gets older, which is weird, right? Most discs get more unstable as they get older.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the same with a champion Rhino
Okay.
like 20 years ago. I just wanted it to beat in and tried it hit trees and everything with it, and just got more and more overstable.
Yeah, it's so funny when that happens. It feels backwards.
Yeah.
So that's very exciting. So those of you in the chat who were excited to find out some news about Castoplast, you've got some exclusive news. And thank you for sharing, Anders.
And just one more thing, because I know that people are waiting for something a little quite slow, but not as slow as the Berg, that is overstable. And I think we will have that in, well, we're working on that at least.
Sure.
So we don't know when it will be able to get it, but we hope that it will be ready this year at least.
Exciting. So that will be the next Castoplast mold?
Yes, probably.
Probably. Okay, we'll take that. That's good. Thank you, Kat. Thank you. That's exciting. So for me, I use at the moment a pig, Innova pig.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful that will be.
Yeah, hopefully you don't have to use that more.
Yeah, I'll be okay with that. I like the Ricky Wysocki Tour Series pigs, and they're very hard to get. So you'll make my life better if I can swap for more Castoplast.
Just hope you just don't need the first runs, because they will be hard to get as well.
Oh yeah, definitely, yes. So back in the day, back in the day for me is 3 years ago, right? But I used to have quite a lot of first runs, and I don't like collecting discs. I like throwing discs. Like I like to caster all my plast, if so to say. So I threw all my first runs there in my bag, right? And then as more and more people got into Castoplast, the most expensive one I ever bought was for £50, so that's about €60. I never paid more than that for a disc, and then people were buying them for like $100 or $150, and I was, oh my god, all the discs in my bag are so expensive. And then I found myself like about to throw over a river, and I'm like, oh, but what if I lose my expensive disc? And you can't have that. You can't have that in your bag, right? If you're worrying about the money when you're throwing. So so then I got rid of all my first runs, apart from this one, which is staying forever.
Yeah, but it's one thing that's more well, I lost words there. One thing that's more important is if you lose a disc that you played in with for very long, and you know exactly how it goes, and you don't, even if you're not able to sell it for £10, you don't want to lose that.
For sure. Yeah, no, I totally get that too. Yeah, it's that one is very logical. That one makes sense. Worrying about whether you lose your disc because it costs a lot of money makes no sense. But I was in tournaments, I was playing bad because I didn't want to lose my discs. So that's the time to throw different discs, right? So
yeah,
I've switched out my first runs, but I still throw lots of Castoplast. My absolute favorite right now is the Lutz, but the lighter one, the 160 grams.
Yeah,
that's a dream disc for me.
Yeah, I think those are expensive too.
Yeah, it's not so bad though. I very lucky that I have a friend, Mchale, good pasture. I think you know him, and he had some Pure Line ones.
Yeah.
So I have some of his.
Yeah, he got some of them.
But for me, that 160 grams Lutz flies exactly the same as this.
Yeah, I think for me the Lutz is the disc that I can throw furthest with amongst all of our discs.
Sure, that makes sense. Yeah, it's a great disc. I really, really like it. And I think if I had to say my favorite disc of all right now, it would be the Lutz. So
yeah,
I change my mind all the time though.
It's the one that goes in, or don't go OB.
Yes.
Or just do what they should.
Go where you throw it, exactly.
Yeah.
We got some other people in the chat also agree that the lightweight loots are the best. So I appreciate you guys for agreeing.
Yeah, actually I have 168, so that's kind of between.
Yeah, that's cool actually. I never tried that. I've only ever tried 160 and 175.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know in people in the chat what your favorite Castoplast disc is. Let us know.
My favorite Castoplast disc?
Well, I'll ask you, Anders, in a minute because we will do Desert Island discs.
Yeah.
Should we do that now?
Yeah, we can do that.
It's a good transition. How about that?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, we've even got our Desert Island on the screen.
Ah.
So what I say to all my guests is you're going to play disc golf and a magical course, which is a desert island. It's going to have long holes and short holes. It's going to have woods and wide open. It's going to have water hazards, but don't worry, they're magical. You'll get to keep all your discs. But you can only bring 3 discs to the island. 1 putter, 1 mid-range, and 1 driver. So I ask, what are your desert island discs, Anders?
Yeah, so where do we start? From T, I guess.
Sure.
So the one, if we start from T, actually, one of the discs that I uses the most from T is
there you go.
That one.
So K2 Kaxas Z.
Yeah.
Zeta in Swedish?
Kaxe Zeta.
Zeta. There you go.
Yeah. So, well, that disc could do almost everything you need from T. You can. It's before Castaplast, I played much with Innova, and I played with the Glow Rock a lot. And when I'm getting older, I throw the Kaxe set just the way I used to throw the rock.
Sure.
Because it goes a little bit further, which is the same as I think I can throw a rock now.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's good.
And one thing that I need also is this.
Very good.
For hyzer shots and sidearm up approaches,
okay.
Mostly.
So that's your first run style.
Yeah, it's the stall. Yeah, first run.
Okay, so that's.
It doesn't have to be first run.
It could be.
I have a yellow one as well. And just to get it in the chains, the easiest way to do that is by using this disc.
K3 Reiko.
K3 Reiko with the stamp from my club when we got 40 years.
Wow.
3 years ago. So those 3 discs I would bring with me to the desert island.
Very good. I think you would do very well with those discs.
Yeah, it's kind of what you should use on every course.
Yeah.
It's enough.
Yeah, that makes sense. That
would
work.
I could, if there were just one disc at the island as well, I could find this in the water.
Yes. I think
So
you would be a lucky person to find one of those in the water.
yeah, but it was magical water, so.
Yeah, sure. Okay, we'll allow it. Everybody cheats in Desert Island discs, so you can cheat too. That's fine.
Yeah. So that's all you need, I guess.
Yeah, it's a good selection. I like my Berg as well. I like the K3 Berg.
Yeah, I use this K2 most because it get the best feeling for me.
Yeah, you're also a better player than me though. When I throw,
Maybe
when I throw my K2 bag, it goes not far enough.
Well, it's not supposed to go far.
I know.
Only far enough.
That's the point. But somehow mine never goes far enough because I don't throw it right.
Yeah.
But my K3 is perfect.
I think you are just too far away from the basket.
Yeah, you're probably correct. Yeah. Working on it, getting better.
Yep. That's good. I'm just getting worse and worse.
Hey. You've been playing a lot longer than me, though.
Yeah. Yeah, some 10 times more or something.
Yeah, if I've been playing for 3.5 years, that would mean maybe not quite, but close.
Yeah, close.
I like it. Well, thank you for sharing with me. That's appreciated.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And remember, if you want to get 3 discs, you can check out Disc Off UK, and you can use the coupon code Castoplast to get 15% off your starter set. In fact, my starter set, because I got to pick my own. This was before we created our starter sets, before the official Castoplast starter set.
So what's in that starter set?
It has K3 Reiko, K1 Cax Z, and K1 Falk.
Yeah.
And then there's another edition where you can get
because the Svea wasn't.
Yeah, the Sphere was not released yet, correct?
Yeah.
And then there's another version where you can add 2 more discs too. So
yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, but it was because of that we waited with the starter set until we got the Svea.
Yeah, I always recommend to new players. I say the Castoplast starter set is the best one. So
yeah,
it's good. I like it because you get max weight discs for the putter and the mid range. You don't get like lightweight putters, right?
Yeah. Well, there could be lighter weights as well sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, but not like 145 grams like the Prodigy one.
No. It sometimes there are like 163 or.
Yeah, that's mostly fine though, right? Like you probably don't notice too much.
Yeah. Not if you haven't thrown before.
Sure. Cool. So next up on the schedule, I think you said you wanted to do a giveaway, Anders.
Yeah. It's I just came from the warehouse and I found this there. Oh, it doesn't look too good on the camera, but it's a nice swirly Svea that I want to give away to the first person who writes the name of the person that got 3rd place just behind me at the European Championships when I was 2nd.
There you go. So the first person to get that correct in the chat will win that disc, and we'll send it to you. So thank you. And people get typing in the chat. I'm not gonna say the guesses until people have typed a few, because I don't want to read out the wrong ones and trick you all to type in the same thing.
Yeah.
We have.
But it's only for the first.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say a few people will just guess without knowing and hope that they're right.
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll have to see. We've had 4 people guess something so far, and they've all been different, so that's a good start.
Yeah. Then it's better. Then it's good chances that someone is right.
Okay. What we'll do is we'll give people like 1 more minute to guess, and then I will read them in order.
Yeah.
And you can tell me when I get one right, and then we'll know who wins.
Yep. We'll do that.
Sounds good.
Yep. So which is the next tournament for you?
Oh, for me. This weekend I will play a casual rounds in Scotland at Bluebell Woods, which is the best course in the United Kingdom, I think. Maybe between that and Quarry Park, that and Dell's Course Quarry Park are the two best. It's called Reboot Disc Golf in near Dunbar near Edinburgh in Scotland. So I'll go there this weekend and play casual rounds, and then my next tournament will be one that I am co-TDing. My first ever time helping to run a tournament, and it is called the Longford Open on the 22nd of May, and it's at my home course in Manchester.
Yeah.
It's a one-day event. We opened a registration for women and children first, and then we opened to club members, and there were 72 places. And when we opened to club members, we sold out in 24 hours. So then we opened up to 90 places, and we sold those out within the next 24 hours. So just to club members. So disc golf here in Manchester is crazy. It's going crazy. So very exciting.
Yeah, great.
Right. Okay. We've given people enough time to guess. Okay. I'm going to read them in order, and you tell me when somebody says the right one.
Yeah.
Okay. So Paul Macbeth, Keyman or Kaiman.
Nope.
Ken Climo.
He won that tournament.
He won the tournament. There you go. Jussi Meiresma.
No.
Simon Lazard.
No, he was too young.
Barry Schultz.
No.
David Hotun.
Höjetun?
Yes, there you go.
No, it wasn't him.
Jesper Lundmark.
No, he won European Championships.
Marcus Kallstrom.
Yes.
There we go. So Mchale Hong is the winner.
Mikael Hong?
Yes.
Yep. So where is he?
I don't know. We'll have to find out. So Mchale, if you send me a message to my Facebook, and we'll get that sent to you.
Yeah, great.
And also very funny. I like the question.
Yeah, I don't beat him so often, so that was one of the times.
Cool.
It was 20 years ago.
Wow. And you still use it for the podcast, so he will remember if he hears this.
Yep. Yeah. And Jussi Meiresma was just behind Marcus.
Wow, that would be a very cool tournament to go back and watch.
It was in the final five. It was Ken Climo, Jesper Lundmark, me, Marcus, and Jussi Meiresma.
And where was it?
It was in Oslo.
Wow.
Norway.
I was supposed to be going there in 2 months, but that will wait until next year now.
Yeah. You were going to play tournament there?
No, just to travel and see the country. So me and some friends went to Sweden in 2019, and I love a lot of things about Scandinavia. I really appreciate the scenery and the culture. So I want to see some other similar countries. So I want to do Norway, and I want to go to Iceland, and I want to go to Estonia as well.
Yeah.
And Finland as well. And plus, they all have good disc golf, so you can't go wrong.
No, that's all you need.
Question from you from the chat. And at that same tournament, who finished 36th?
Maybe the guy asking.
Yes, Derek Robbins. Probably the only...
Yeah, but were we playing in the same age division?
I think 20 years ago you might be okay, but yes.
He was probably cheating, playing in the open.
That's a good point. So yeah, congrats to Mchale. He says he's in America, so...
Yeah. Good. He will get a Svea.
Very nice. Usually this is the point where I grab my Svea, but I don't know where it is. So I like to pretend that I have every disc in the world here, whereas actually I only have a limited number. But people mention them as my guests mention a disc, and I just grab one and pull it out, but I don't think there's a spare here. I think mine is in the car. So
It's in the bag.
yes, in fact, it is in the bag. My
That's where the discs should be.
I got one as a trade. I got a swirly kind of gold yellow colored one as a trade with somebody called Stefan from the Czech Republic.
Oh,
and I
Starush?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
I sent him my he likes the poison green, as lots of people seem to. So I had
for some reason a lot of people just started to like them.
Yeah. I don't understand it, and I had one that he liked, so I sent him mine, and he sent me a very nice Svea, so
yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, when they go online at Disc Sport, they go out in the same time almost.
Yeah, it seems like most discs do that though, especially like the glow and stuff.
Yeah, glow and
here is maybe a question you can't answer. Are we going to get glow loots this year?
This year? Yes.
This year, yes. There you go. I'm happy with that. That's the glow disc I want.
I have 8 months.
Yes. I think you can make that happen.
Yeah. Will come.
Excellent. I'm excited.
All the molds that we have made in glow so far is the molds that we have in the new factory. We haven't taken the time from the other factory because they have the Reiko and the Falk and the Lutz and the Stål, which is all popular molds right now.
So you make those 4 at the old factory and the other ones at the new factory. Cool.
Yeah, but we will start with the Reiko in the new factory soon. So then the glow Reiko will come.
I see. That makes sense. So what with the
no dates set yet.
Yes, we'll get dates to you in the future, guys, when we have some. So we have 8 minutes left of the show. People in the chat, if you have any questions for Anders and they're ones that he will actually answer, then this is your time to write a question in the chat, and we will see if we can answer a few of them, because I know there's people who have lots of questions. Here's a good question. How do you come up with the names of the discs? So you've got Berg is mountain, falcon. Where is the names come from?
Well, normally we try to, of course, the names should consist of 4 letters. That's the first thing.
Oh yeah, they do. I didn't even spot that before.
Oh.
There you go.
So that's also one odd thing that came up after 3 discs, when we realized all the discs had 4 letters. But like the Rask means fast in Swedish, and that disc is designed to go fast through the air. So that's actually that's the reason behind that name. And the Berg, it's the slowest disc. It's very hard to throw a Berg. So that's the reason. It's very slow.
Sure.
And so we tried to, and if you think about steel, that's steel. And steel has a feeling of something overstable.
Yeah.
For me, at least.
I get that. Yeah.
So we tried to get some kind of meaning of the name for the disc, how it flies.
That makes sense.
Kind of.
I like that. So, like with many things from Sweden, it's very practical.
Yeah. Next disc is called IKEA.
Is it actually? It should be. That would
No.
be fun. You'd have to.
You can do it yourself.
Put it together, yeah. Yeah, you just get the pellets of the plastic and then you melt them at home.
Yeah. And you get them in a small box.
Yeah. I appreciate that. People in chat asking questions need to find better questions, is my opinion. But while we wait for better questions, we want you have a question from Casey Lee, who says, who is the more handsome team player, Charlie Goodpasture or Casey Lee?
Well, that's an obvious answer. It's, of course, Casey Lee.
There you go. Casey, I hope you're happy. And thank you for watching. And
I hope Charlie doesn't hear this.
He was here before, but I think he's busy, so I assume you'll be okay. No, we love you, Charlie. We got a question from Michael, who wants to know, 5 years from now, without giving too many details, how does the Castoplast lineup change?
It's hard to say in 5 years, but there are some gaps to fill. Like, it should be better on the driver side. Maybe some more distance driver that's kind of overstable. A little bit more speed on a Grim X or something.
Yeah, maybe kind of like the older Grim X, right?
Yeah, or something in between Grim X and Rask.
That makes sense.
And yeah, what's and something in, I know that Charlie wants a speed 7, like a T-Bird or something.
Yeah, I like the T-Bird a lot. I find this year I am throwing Cax instead of T-Bird. But for me, I find they're still quite different, even though they're quite close in speed. I think for me the Cax is, I can't get it to go as glidey as a T-Bird.
Yeah.
But
yeah, personally, I have never played with T-Bird. I know that almost everyone did like 20 years ago, but it didn't fit me for some reason. And I just used Rock, and after that, Orc or Banshee.
Okay. It's a big gap. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think for me...
so I'm probably familiar with the gap we have at Castaplast.
Sure. No, that makes sense. I would love to see like a T-Bird, but understable. So like a slower Falk.
Yeah.
There's a mold from Streamline called Drift.
Yeah.
It's a bit like a Leopard, maybe. I'd like that. We got a question from Jeremy, who wants to know, will Luke Sampson get a Tour Series disc? And if so, can you give any details?
First, he needs to get to 1,000 in rating, which he will next time. He's not 999 right now.
Okay, very close.
But he will get one, yes.
Nice, I like that.
And the disc is his choice.
Cool. Question from McLean. Will Castoplast ever make color glow? Like glow with a color as well?
Actually, we had some this year.
I have one.
Yeah, now it's time for you to grab a disc from there.
Yeah, I can actually do this one. It's not the best one of all, but there you go. This is the pinkish berg You can kind of
but
see.
we have some
of
that
them are
are
more pink,
really,
yeah.
really pinkish.
I was a little bit disappointed mine wasn't one of the really pink, but it's still good. It's nice.
Yeah, but I don't know if we make any of them, but never say never.
And now we have a question from Shane, who is one of the UK players who throws lots of Castoplast, like me. And he says, do you see in the future any Castoplast sponsored players from the UK?
Yes.
There you go.
They will pop up everywhere.
I think so. It's nice to see. And yeah, I think because we're a UK podcast, I can say this. I think Castoplast is one of... we talked about market share in the US before. I think in the UK, Castoplast market share is very good. I'd have to talk to Disc Golf UK for specifics, but I think maybe the 4th or 5th largest brand in the UK, or 6th.
Yeah.
We have Innova and Discmania and Disc Golf UK, and then maybe Castoplast.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's nice to see so many.
And what about Latitude?
Yeah,
I guess they are there.
I would say thereabouts. Yeah, and
Yeah.
and Discmania as well. But
Yeah.
but when you go to the course, especially lots of courses in like newer places, it's not surprising to see everybody putting with Reiko. And that has been the best-selling discs of all discs for 5 years in a row at discsport.se. Yeah, it's really cool to see. At a tournament, I posted about this on the page, so you may see. But I played a tournament last year in the summer, and we stepped up to the tee on hole number 1, and every player of my card, all 4, were throwing Falk. So we took a photo. So it's nice to see lots of Castoplast here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we've reached the end of the show pretty much, Anders. We tried to keep it to 1 hour. So thank you so much for coming on and for your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was really nice to chat with you.
Yeah, and thanks for giving us some exclusive news. If you ever want to do it again, please come back. Just send me a message and we'll have you back, and you can give us more exclusive news if you like.
Yeah. Of course, I can be back.
Yes, please. That would be great. And thank you to everybody in the chat who's watched it live. And hello to everybody watching this later, because people will go back and watch the VOD. The video will be on YouTube. And thank you, everybody, for watching. I appreciate you all. And thank you to the sponsors of the show. Use the codes on Disc Golf UK. I said them at the start. I'll say them again if I can find them quick enough. I don't think I can. We can. There we go. Use the code TRYCastoplast for 15% off the starter sets, and use the code loved it. So tried it, loved it for 10% off every Castoplast. And thank you for joining us, and have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.